Hey everybody. Whew, it is warm this weekend. It's like 20 degrees. It's toasty. But today I have a special project I have to do. So tomorrow's Mother's Day, so it's going to be late. Sorry, Mom. But I'm going to build my mom some raised planter boxes for growing some veggies, maybe some flowers. I'm not really sure. This is my design, but I've used a few ideas from other people on YouTube as far as how to line it. So I'm going to do a couple of things, but I'm going to bring you along for the ride. So we got some cedar logs from a friend, and so I'm going to make it out of cedar because it's resistant to rot. So here's the logs, and we won't need a lot because they're not going to be very big. My mom sent me the measurements of a planter box she already has, so I'm going to make two to match, one on each side of the one that she currently has. So hopefully there'll be space for them, but I think it's going to be really great. We ended up milling 2 logs just to make sure I had enough material. Now we're gonna go lay one of these things out to see if it's gonna work. Yikes. Not a lot of room to spare here. It's hot. Not ready for the heat. Okay, so one of the things, so let's stop. I don't really have a cut list because the project is like in my head. Okay, Brian's just putting the edge on some of the boards, but I have more than enough. So the design for this planter box is in my head. So the first thing I have to do, my mom sent me some dimensions. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of make a mock-up to create a cut list. And like I said, it might not work because what's in here often doesn't kind of translate to what it actually is going to look like. But first things first, let's make a drawing. Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is cut the legs and the side frame, put that together, and then I'll be able to measure all the boards perfectly. And if this works, I'll put all of the cuts, so all the cut length in the description box below so that you could rebuild it if you liked it. There's the frame. These are the boards that the bottom boards are gonna sit on to support the weight of the soil. So now, maybe we'll do it from over here. Now I'm going to add the top boards. And then, so to do that, I'm actually gonna flip it over so that I can make them nice and level. Now I just have to put the bases in the bottom. Phew. All right, let's try this again. There you go, 1. Okay, that is it for today. I'll come back maybe tomorrow. I think I might have to get some supplies, but the box is built. It was pretty quick. It took me about an hour, so that's not too bad. I'm gonna cut out and edit some of those parts to save you the pain. But we've got the bottom supports. All we have to do now is cut the hardware cloth to go down. I'm gonna try and maybe see about getting some heavy gauge plastic, and that'll just protect the wood long term, and then put in some landscape fabric. Might skip the plastic, I'm not really sure. I have to think about it for a while, but pretty quick for sure to build and put together. And honestly, if you didn't have a mill in logs, you could just buy this wood at the store. It would just be costly, and so, you know, that's why I didn't. But yeah, so pretty cool little project. I think my mom's gonna like them. It allows for ergonomic gardening, so this will be pretty sweet. You can just sit here and pick and weed and do whatever you have to do, and it's not heavy at all. It's pretty light. So yeah, round 2 might go a little bit smoother, but I think I worked out all the kinks. Okay, now that I have the 2 planter boxes built, second one went better than the first for sure, just a little bit quicker because I knew what I was doing. I gotta cut out some hardware cloth to staple into the bottom to support the soil. Then I'm going to put thick gauge plastic. I'll show you the plastic that I bought. And then I'm going to put landscape fabric so that the soil doesn't kind of pour out the holes of the plastic when you put it in. So just a triple barrier, and that'll kind of help protect the plastic as well. So then they'll be ready to go. I'm also thinking that because I made these 3x3s as the legs and the corners, they're super sturdy. You could probably get away with 2x2, but these are really sturdy. I'm actually going to drill into the corners of one on the back, like on each of these, big enough that we can fit a piece of rebar, and then I can put some kind of lattice, or I have this like wire backing that my mom can use to trellis either peas or tomatoes or whatever, and then that can come out too if you don't want to use it. So just as a little, or she could like put pinwheels in it for all I care. But it'll just be nice to be able to trellis stuff if you wanted to. So let's cut some hardware cloth. Beautiful. Here's the plastic I bought. It was pretty worth it to just buy new. It's, I don't know, Polytarp. I'm just gonna tack it along the top, and then along the bottom, I'm just gonna cut holes, basically circular holes, or I'm just gonna cut drainage slits where the gaps are between the boards so that water can drain out. One of the reasons I built it out of cedar was because it's resistant to rot, but you know, you wanna try and let water drain naturally as best you can. bad. So I'm kind of just folding it neatly, no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of how it's going. So what I'm gonna do before I put the landscape fabric in is to just cut some slits. I'm not gonna make fancy holes. I'm just really seriously gonna cut a slit over top of all of the gaps. Ooh, that cuts nicer than I expected. That's great. Okay. So I'm gonna have to cut like 2 pieces, which is totally fine. This isn't nice to say, but this reminds me of lining a casket. Okay, one done. It's not beautiful, but the soil will cover all of the landscape fabric. So water will be able to move through, the wood will be protected, and the plants will grow. Lovely. All right, guys, I think I'm going to actually finish this video when I drop these off at my mom's next weekend on Mother's Day. I actually thought this weekend was Mother's Day, that I was gonna be late with these, but it turns out I'm a week ahead, which is awesome. Close Enough Carpentry strikes again. They're not perfect. They're not completely square, but they're beautiful. I would love to grow in these. I think they turned out really well overall. I will report back, or my mom will report back on how they go. The only thing we have left to do though is drill holes in the 3x3s for some rebar and supports for trellising. So you could trellis tomatoes, peas. So I would plant those in the back and then something short along the front. So beets, carrots, Swiss chard, lettuce, whatever your little heart desired. So they are, the dimensions, they are 1 foot deep, 18 inches wide, and 42 inches long, but you can make them whatever you wanted. If I had to buy the lumber, I probably wouldn't make as many, but I feel like I want to make some of these for myself. You could plant herbs in them or just about anything, some beautiful flowers. It's going to be nice for my mom because she doesn't have to bend over to garden anymore. She bought one from Costco that was plastic last year and really enjoyed it. So these are hopefully going to be just as good and maybe last a little bit longer now that the cedar is protected. So anyways, they were fun to build and I hope she likes them. So I'll bring you along to show you what they look like. I don't think we're gonna plant them next weekend, but maybe we'll include some pictures after she plants them later on. Who knows? But anyways, it was a fun build to make these for her. Okay. I got a drill bit. I think it is big enough for a rebar, so I'm just gonna do a test hole and test it. So we'll see how it goes. Ream it out a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Do you think, because I don't want it to be this tall, do you think you could cut it in half? I don't like machines that make fireworks. Good morning, everyone. I'm at my mom's for the weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend and mom's just hopping in the shower. My little sister is taking her to the tulip festival or the tulip farm. So that's really cool. And while they are gone, I am going to do some jobs around the house, but it is tick season and the ticks are gross in Niagara. So I got to do my socks over pants. Super sexy looking. the birds here are unreal. I definitely miss this about living down here. It's just so awesome. Anyways, so there we go. I got my scrappy socks on. So a couple of things that I'm going to do here today. I'm going to try and fix our pond pump. Just typically gets kind of clogged with pond sludge, so we're going to try and do that, see if I can fix that. Then right now, actually, while she's in the shower, I'm going to pull out her planter boxes. I told her that I was building them, but then I didn't report back, so I think she thought I maybe didn't make them, but going to get those out. So we've talked about some other things that I can do around here. Going to change up her garden planting a little bit this year just to make it easier, so hopefully these help. I'm going to put on my garden gloves. Actually, yeah, I just don't want to sliver from the wood. We're going to get those moved. What a day. It's beautiful. I'm going to try and aim for look at that red bud we planted, I think just after Dad passed away, the spring after Dad passed away, so 5 years ago, and look at how pretty it is. It's just in bloom. So gorgeous. Forgot the keys. I gotta go get the rain barrel. Ready for rain. Let's tackle the pond pump. Step 1, unplug so you don't electrocute yourself. All right, Operation Pond Pump was not a success. I think the pump is actually not pumping properly. We might have some blocked lines, so I don't know really what to do. I think probably the best bet is just to go get my mom a new pond pump. She won't like that, but I'm just gonna go do it. And then we'll keep this one maybe as a backup, or maybe service it. I can take it home and see if Brian can kind of refurbish it. I had to call my technologist, who suggested I unattach all the intake and the other hose and blow it out with a garden hose to see if that's where the problem is. So got to do that first before I fully replace the pump, because I bought one. That's exciting. I have the receipt and the pump that I didn't even take out of the box, so that's good. I can return it. I'll see if it goes for a little bit longer, but I think that was the problem. I think air got into the line, and then the pump just didn't have enough power to suck. It is about 5 years old though, so I might just tell my mom to keep the other pump just in case. Anyways, one more project done. Gotta rehang this. So these have trellises, these are like this. I'm going to do it right now.
Oh.
And then we can cut this and then it can go between, or if you have lighter stuff like just chicken wire, and then you just roll it, but we can cut it to roll between, and then you can just trellis to this. So just plant your tomatoes close to here, like right here. And then you can plant something along the front, whatever you wanted, if you wanted to do. And then that one could be peas or vice versa. Happy Mother's Day, Fance. Fancy's got 2 babies under there. Sorry, Fance. I just upset her because I wanted to see the babies. But she's got 2 little floofs on Mother's Day. Well, they were born 2 days ago, but super cute. Oh, good morning. Hi, you little peepees. Hi, Fance. Good morning, Mama.